One of the best things to have around the shop is a big old thing of tub of towels.
Try 47. Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going? Going to do a little mower maintenance this morning. I had a request from a viewer to do a hydro change on the Grandstand. However, I was in a hurry. I did the hydros on the Grandstand last week. Forgot all about doing a video. So this morning, the Staris is due for a Grandstand. The Staris is due for a hydro change. So we're going to change the oil in the hydros, hydro oil and hydro filter on the Staris this morning. Some of the positions is a little different between the Staris and the Grandstand. However, the process is the same. So let's get to it. Alright, so we're going to do it out here. Normally, I do everything back there, but as you can see, I don't feel like pulling that stuff out just to do this. So, make sure you have hydraulic fluid. I use a vacuum pump. This little pump I find is amazing. It's just a hand pump. It's just a Harbor Freight. I don't remember what I paid for it. I'll put a link down there. I'm sure you can get it off of Amazon. And you want a hydraulic filter or your oil hydraulic oil filter. Blah 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 blah. This is the one we need. Oop, this is the one we need for this guy. Excuse me, my sinuses are shot. As you can see, the wind is blowing. It's a little overcast. Alright, so the Exmark. Okay, you want to clean all this off with a rag. This is the reservoir. On Staris, this comes off. I pull this off. I'm going to do the oil change today too, which is why I'm getting this out of the way. Just do a quick walk around of the Exmark. Hydraulic pumps, you don't need them for this, but the reservoir you will. That's the oil fill tube. The Staris is pretty easy to work on, as you can see. The guys, this got a some happening to it. But anyway, here's your hydraulic oil filter. But first we're going to drain it out before we get to the filter. So the way I drain it is I'm going to take the tube from the pump, put it in the reservoir, and just suck it out of there. I find that's the easiest way to do that, the cleanest way. And I do the same thing when I change the oil. I put the tube down here and I suck it out. The oil filters, I don't know if you can see that or not. Back there, that's the oil filter. But anyway, right now we're going to worry about the hydro. And then after we do get this thing vacuumed out or get it going, then I'll show you where that stuff is on the Grandstand. Alright, the Staris is really bad for getting gunk all built up in here. So you want to make sure you get this cleaned out really good, because you don't want to get crap down in your hydraulic pumps. So get that all cleaned out, get that blown out. I'm going to stick this pump down in here.
Could have did a little better job cleaning that tube off.
But you can see, you just pump it and the fluid's already draining into this reservoir. I think it's like a 3-gallon reservoir, so excuse me, you can it'll hold quite a bit. But then we just wait for this to drain out, and then we'll take the filter off and refill it. And I was talking to the shop that does a lot of our work, and they charge $300 for a hydraulic oil change. And I was talking to one of the guys on what I do when I do my hydraulic oil, which is what I'm doing right now for this video. He said that is exactly what they do for 300 bucks. Well, as you can see, that's how quick it drains out. I usually take old pieces of cardboard or something and try to set under things for when I do oil, but I'm not going to be able to really get to this. And you see all that grass built up in there, so I'm going to take the compressor, charge it back up, and I'm going to try to blow some of that stuff out before I take that filter off. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I can't even see my phone. I blew so much grass. A lot cleaner. One thing you have to know about me, I might have to take this panel off. I've never done the hydro on this one, so looks like it's going to be this bolt, and this bolt to get this guard off to get to that. That'll make things a lot easier. Let's go find something. So that'll make things a lot easier to get to. So now one thing before anyone leaves in the comments about my mowers being dirty, I do not wash mowers. I think, let's see if we can do this by hand. Yeah. See, these guys knew what they were doing. They didn't, when they put this on last time, they didn't put it on so stinking tight that you needed a wrench. These do not have to be on that tight. And I need a rag. More left in the lines with this setup than the setup that's on the Grandstand, so I'll definitely show you guys that. Might need some more shop towels. But what I was saying is I don't wash my mowers or pressure washer, except maybe once at the very beginning or end of the season, maybe sometime in the middle if it really needs it. But most of the time it's or all the time, other than that one real cleaning it gets before storage, we just use air. There's no point in putting a bunch of water and corrosion and all that junk in there for mowers. They need to stay clean. Just as long as you get the buildup. Sorry. As long as you get the buildup out of them, which the air compressor does fine. You don't have to worry about water getting into the electronics or any of that jazz. But anyway, let me get this cleaned up and then we'll put oil back in the machine. Alright, so now we've got the filter on, all secure, pretty much cleaned up. Now we're just going to take our handy dandy
funnel, because engineers like to put things in odd places. Don't think, yeah. This is how we got to go with this. Grab another towel because my hydraulic jugs are a bit dirty. And you guys go with whatever hydraulic oil you feel comfortable with. I'm not going to get into talking about that. So you see what I have in there? Filled, I don't know if you can see that or not, filled the dipstick up. However, we still need to turn it on, because though it says full, you need to run it, get it into your pumps. Let's do that real quick. So when you put your hydro fluid, doesn't matter what mower you're doing it to, when you put your fluid back in your mower, like that one, the dipstick just showed full. But now that I think when you drain it out, even though when I do it the way I'm doing it with the vacuum, you're still leaving, that's why it made such a mess. It's the lines are higher than the filter here. All that is draining down. So I'm not vacuuming everything out of it. It still has some of the hydro fluid, the old stuff in it, which is fine. It's not going to hurt it. But after you vacuum it out like that, you want to run it and get it all running back through the pumps. And now, I don't know if you can see, now it's only half full now that I ran the pumps. There, but I think I can run the hydros and get that, down. But that's the hydraulic change for the Staris E-Series, model number, all of that. And now, so like I said, the original question from the viewer was the Grandstand. So the process is the same as far as the vacuum in, vacuum all the stuff out, change the filter, put the fluid back in, run it around. Except on the Grandstand, that's this right here is your hydraulic reservoir. You see how much easier access it is, even to check it, because on this guy, there's no dipstick. You look down, it's cold or hot, and actually this one's a little bit low because it should be right to where that says cold down there, and you can see it's below the cold, which is fine because I just changed the hydro fluid on this, so it ran all week. So I need to put a little more hydro fluid in there. And then this is your hydraulic filter for the Grandstand, so you don't have to move anything. You have great access to that. This is another easy mower to work on. Engine's right there. Your hydraulic pumps are back there. If you ever have to push your mower, that nut and that nut, quarter turn to the lefty loosey, and that'll release enough pressure out of your hydros to be able to push your mower. The same with the Staris. This nut and this nut are your pressure relief, about a quarter turn. That's all you need. You don't want to force your mower and push it with those tightened down. You can blow your hydros that way. Don't blow your seals. Just release those nuts a little bit. That'll allow the pressure, and you can push your mower around. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is already a really long video for that process, and I'm going to do an oil change, create a little more space in that reservoir, put my guard back on, and go home. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. If there's anything you guys want to see with any of the maintenance on Staris, Navigator, Grandstand, Husqvarna V548, I have Toro and Exmark 30-inch mowers, Permagreen spreader sprayer, the Z-Rate ride-on aerator. That's another Husky back there. There's not a whole lot of maintenance, but the Crest 21-inch battery. If you want to see, there's a TRC, I think 120 Clausen Thatcher back there. You can only see the handle. If you want to see maintenance on any of that or anything particular you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. Give me some ideas of what you want to see. Thanks for watching, guys. Later.